So first we're going to talk about social media stats. Next, let's go over some social media marketing. Next, we're going to go over influencer marketing, then Facebook and Instagram ads. Then we're going to go through Click Refresh a little bit, and at the end, questions and answers. At this time, the most popular social networks are Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. A few social media stats. A few social media stats: 3.2 billion active daily social media users, 2.22 hours is the average time per day each user is online. 54% of social browsers use social media to find and research products. Continuing on, a few more social media stats: 366 million new people started using social media in the past year. That's more than 1 million new people joining social media every single day. 91% of all social media users access social channels via mobile devices. 71% of consumers who have had a positive experience with a brand on social media are likely to recommend that brand to family and friends. Why businesses embrace social media? 90% of brands use social media to increase their brand awareness. 77% of brands expect their use of social media to increase as their profits increase. 53% of businesses use social media advertising. 7 million businesses use paid advertising on Facebook. 2 million businesses use paid advertisement on Instagram. And this is just the start. That number has been growing dramatically. Imagine for a moment what grabbing the attention of this many potential customers can do for your business. 90.4% are millennials, 77.5% are Generation X, 48.2% are baby boomers. I'm sure you can see how capturing their attention can truly help your bottom line. Which social media channels do small businesses use? As you can see, Facebook, there's 86%, Instagram, 48%, YouTube, 46%, and Twitter, 44%. LinkedIn, 31%, and Snapchat, 25%. How to use social media to grow your small business. Increase leads. Increase your sales leads by creating and posting great content to get more social media engagements, likes, followers, comments, and ultimately shares of your posts is your ultimate goal. Now keep in mind, posting is not only about posting any old content. It's about creating as an enticing and engaging content as possible. The best way to do that is proper editing. Make sure your pictures are not too bright. The contrast is not off. Not too much saturation, and of course, as crystal clear as possible. This is where a good photographer or videographer will truly be a great asset and help take your Instagram social media platforms to the next level. Drive traffic to your website. Generally, small businesses use social media with a goal to increase traffic to a website. This theory was supported by the same Social Media Examiner report I mentioned above, with 78% of small businesses saying they use social media to increase their website traffic. If you don't have a strong presence on social media, bottom line, you're losing out on organically generated traffic. This means that your traffic is generated from the same limited numbers of people currently following you. Let's face facts. At this point in time, word of mouth, it's not the only way to do business. And it's definitely not as effective as it used to be. Imagine for a moment, instead of just having your small, local, people passing by, friends that are talking about your business, imagine capitalizing on the world. Because that's what social media gives you access to do. Facebook, I'm sure that you're on it daily. You're talking to your friends, you're talking to your family. Well, now imagine that your ad is sitting there as people are looking at that platform. Now keep in mind They're not so obtrusive to the point to where they're going, why am I looking at this? They can just scroll past it if they don't want to. Or it can capture their attention, bring them to your business, and create profit for you. Generally, small businesses use social media with a goal to increase traffic to a website. This theory was, sorry. Develop trust. No, use videos. Sorry. Use videos. Open your favorite social media platform. You'll notice your feed is replete with video content instead of text and images. In fact, algorithms have changed and evolved to prefer video content over other content formats. And that's something the leading brands have already noticed. A whopping 86% of businesses already use video on their website, and 77% use video on social media, according to Vidyard statistics. Improve your search engine rankings. There is a lot of debate around this topic, but the bottom line is this. Social media can and will improve your search engine ranking. How? The domain authority of your website increases when the social media share rate increases. This leads to an improved search engine ranking of your pages. But it's more than just that. Many consumers visit your social media profiles before heading to your website to get a better understanding of your brand before they make a purchase. Five, develop trust with customers. Social media is so much more than just a platform for promoting and selling small business services and products. It gives you the opportunity to build trust with consumers and develop loyal customers. And in the survey conducted by Social Media Examiner, nearly 79% of marketers agreed that social media is an effective way to develop loyal followers. 6. Have a strong call to action to drive traffic to your website. A strong call to action is important as it directs potential customers on what to do next, which can help potential customers feel motivated to make a purchase. Similarly, you can design an appealing call to action and post it on your social media profiles. This will encourage your followers to take the required action, which could be purchasing your product or services. 7. Organized contest, giveaways, or offer discounts. Who doesn't like discounts and giveaways? Regardless of the type of business, this method is super cost effective and an impactful way to generate sales. It can also help promote your product by organizing contests or giveaways, and can also be fun and entertaining for your customer base. They help increase your engagement rates as potential customers will start engaging with your brand more in hopes of winning something. This can increase the awareness of your service or product as customers excitedly share news about the discounts with their friends and family. Now let's go through a quick case study. If this didn't work. Okay, so one case study is Australian Opal Direct. We started with them. They had zero online sales. They had their website up. They were trying to do some search engine optimization. They were doing their Facebook ads on their own, and they just weren't getting anywhere. We started working with them, and we did a combination of social media and search engine optimization, and in 3 months, we took sales from their non-existent to $30,000 a month. That's the power that social media and search engine optimization can have for your company. At the same time, you need somebody with expertise, somebody that's going to go the extra mile and spend the extra time it actually takes to make your campaign successful. It's not all about what you know. It's about how much time and energy is your company willing to put in for the amount of money that you spend. And let's face facts. There's lots of companies out there, but the reality of it is, every company is going to charge you what they feel is right. It's not what it totally takes to be able to make the project successful. Our company, we pride ourselves in figuring out exactly how much it can cost to make your campaign successful, and then we cap it. Now, we go the extra mile and spend the extra time, even after that amount, considering the fact that we want to make sure that our client's success is and will be immense. Today, not only is social media great for your business, but it's also great for certain people to turn into the rock stars of today via their social media accounts. If they put in the time and effort, they can turn into an asset for your company, considering the fact that their opinion is valued via everybody that's looking at their social media content. It's a new way to get your product or your service out there. Everyone is on social media. People use social media to find what products to buy or what restaurants to go to based on influencer posts and opinions. It's a marketing strategy that can help your brand grow. How? Back up. Revolution, back up to market revolution. No, other way. Other way, backwards. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. Okay, sorry about that. So, value. Some influencers will exchange product or services for a post. One influencer post about your product or service can get the word out virally. What is an influencer? An influencer now have a profound impact on your brand. When an influencer mentions posts and tags your brand or company, it can result in increased brand awareness or sales. The larger amount of followers an influencer has and the engagement they're creating for each post or story, the more valuable the account is. Keep in mind, celebrity influencers can charge upwards of $100,000 or more per post. But then you can talk to non-celebrity, the rock stars I talked about. And you're looking at anywhere from $500 to $1,000 per post. This is why working with a company like ours that have an established relationship is so worth it, as we can cut down those costs considerably and give you the ability to work with many more influencers for the same amount of money or less. Most of the time, much less than approaching each one on your own. Okay, so what makes an influencer and how can they impact your business? When it comes to choosing an influencer, it's all about picking someone that you can feel their passion when looking at their posts or stories. And you can see their knowledge in how to tantalize the eye and capture the attention and keep it until they're done relaying their message in regards to creating an effective social media post or story. A couple ways an influencer does this is they take vibrant, beautiful photos based on Instagram. Influencers capture vivid videos, usually edited with music. They have tons of followers, they get tons of likes and comments for each post. Most have tons of followers, but don't discount somebody that doesn't have an extremely large following. Keep in mind what we talked about and how they are engaging their followers, and how much are their followers engaging with them. Considering some small influencers, people like to say micro-influencers, can have a much greater impact considering the loyalty of their following. One of the best examples I have for influencer marketing would be a husband and wife team, Chef Kang Food Rehab. When I talked to them, they told me that the old owner had notified Yelp that the restaurant was closed. Doesn't sound like a problem, right? You call Yelp, you say, hey, I just bought this place, can you take it and put it to open? No, they wanted $1,000 a month, and that's what they told my client. So you can imagine how much their business was hurting because of it. Literally, when I went there, there was nobody. Their business was failing, they were about to go under and lose all of their money. So, being the company that we are, I told my boss exactly that. What we did is we started doing influencer marketing for them. And we knew how much help they needed. So, my boss put more of our team on it to make sure that we got as many influencers as possible. Within 2 weeks, we had brought in 15 different influencers. And at that moment in time, next time I went into that restaurant, it was packed. I couldn't even sit down. Then, within their first month, we went above and beyond. Even although they only had paid for 20 influencers, we brought in 23 influencers their first month because we wanted to make sure that they were successful. And let me tell you, they were. We only worked together a couple months on influencer marketing because, to be honest, that's all they needed. And after that, they went and they did their own thing because they were taking huge catering orders. Their place was packed, and when he opened a new restaurant, which is 3 different businesses, he actually called us immediately because of the success rate we have with the first one. Facebook owns Instagram and WhatsApp. The power of users and data. Facebook has the power of enormous amount of data about a user. This data is used to market to you. 2.4 billion monthly users on Facebook. 1 billion monthly users on Instagram. Combined 3.41 billion user reach. I bet you're starting to see the dollar signs in the air. If not, imagine 40 billion was the amount of revenue made by Facebook ads in 2018. Facebook and Instagram ads. These are a couple different ways that Facebook and Instagram ads can be utilized by you. Geo-targeting gives you the ability to pick what location you want to target from local cities and state and nationwide. You can also target with marital status, parental status, interests, location. It's all in there, and there's even more than that. Imagine you can directly target their interests. For instance, baseball, music, Ed Sheeran, Tony Robbins, black cars, traveling, Spain, white dresses, and so much more. Creative ads. This is where it really gets technical, and you need to make sure. You need to create an attractive, appealing, and engaging ads to attract customers. These can be videos, photos, or both. Now, you can just put up any old ad. Anybody can do it, right? But how successful is that going to be? There's a lot of companies out there that take your money, they're going to put it at the ad, and they're going to hope that that sticks. Or they're just not going to care. But at the same time, they feel like they're doing their job. Not a click refresh. See, what we're going to do is we're going to create multiple ad sets. One ad set can have 6 ads. Now, to do this right, you need to continually test and create all 6 ads using different variations of the ads to determine the best performing. And you need to continually do this. This is not a one and done. This is going to work the entire time. This is continuing to create new, enticing ads, figure out what your product wants, what your customer base wants to see, and how to capture their attention. A lot of work. Then, you remove or pause low-performing ads to increase your budget with the ones best performing. This is just one of the simplistic ways. Custom audiences. Contact lists. With data from your CRM system or customer contact lists, like phone numbers or email address, you can connect with your customers and contacts on Facebook. Website vision. Using a Facebook pixel, a snippet of code you install on your website, you can create a custom audience of people who have visited your website. And you can use the website traffic data to show people ads for things they've shown interest in on your website. You can also utilize this to track what they're looking at, how they're looking at it, which will help you be successful. Next, we're going to go over Nudu. Thank you so much for helping us be a part of this amazing conference. And thank you, Global Federation of Chinese Businesswomen, as well. We feel very pleasured to be here today. If you make customers unhappy in the physical world, they might tell 6 friends. If you make customers unhappy on the internet, they can tell 6,000 friends. This is the reason why you really need to have the right content. You really need to either A, spend the money, or B, do the work. It's all up to you. A little bit about ClickRefresh. We've been in business for over 10 years. We are the ones that kickstarted Umami Burger. I'm sure you're probably familiar with them. When we started with them, they only had 1 location. We took and created their first website, did all their marketing through 6 locations, until they were approached by a company, SBE.